Welcome back to what may be the tennis world's most talked about developments so far this season. We are providing you with a unique, in-depth analysis of the scenario that has dominated sports pages, timelines, and locker room discussion worldwide. We are discussing an event that has unquestionably sent a huge, indisputable shockwave across the whole BNP Paribas Open. You've probably already seen the headlines, the videos, and the complete frenzy around the incredible Philippine tennis phenomenon Alexandra Eala if you've spent any time on social media or even casually follow the global sports scene. However, we are moving much beyond 30-second sound bites these days. We're going beyond sensationalized thumbnails and fleeting tweets. We're breaking down the widely shared video interview that has everyone talking today. The much-awaited and now famous interview between Alex Eala and the seasoned, well-respected sports broadcasting team of Manotoc. This is more than simply a tale of a tennis player responding to some inquiries. This is the narrative of a generational genius who fully acknowledges her influence on the international scene. This is about the confluence of tremendous levels of national pride, intense physical pressure, and the kind of unadulterated, unfiltered genuineness that we so seldom see in today's overly sanitized sports media. There was already a tangible sense of excitement when word leaked out that Manotoc had landed an exclusive interview on the grounds of Indian Wells, which is known as the fifth Grand Slam because to its enormous renown and intense competitiveness. These two journalists are more than just reporters. They serve as cultural touchstones for the Filipino diaspora. Men who have painstakingly documented Filipino athletes' victories and struggles on the international front for years. Expectations were high when they sat down with Eala, but nobody could have foreseen the viral explosion that would ensue from their talk. The size of the response really astounded the entire BNP Paribas organization, from the event coordinators to the seasoned tennis veterans who entered the player lounges. We are discussing an interview that, within hours of its release, broke viewership figures and dominated trending issues not only in the Philippines but also in North America, Europe, and areas of Asia where tennis has a sizable fan base. What was it about this particular discussion that struck such a deep chord? Why did this specific video go viral and make even the most detached tennis commentators stop and pay attention? It was the epitome of a budding star coming into her own, displaying a degree of maturity, unwavering courage, and strong drive that you just do not anticipate from someone her age. It was a statement of intent. Eala talked about more than just wanting to perform well. She spoke with a level of unwavering, solid confidence typically associated with several Grand Slam winners. We will analyze every crucial aspect of that interview during this broadcast. We will examine the insightful questions posed by Manotoc and Angeles, who were adept at navigating the intricacies of Eala's particular trip. From a young girl dreaming in Manila to a student at the esteemed Rafa Nadal Academy in Spain to a powerful force facing the world's best players in the Californian desert. We will discuss the significant influence this interview is having on the WTA Tour's current state, how her potential opponents are responding to this viral moment, and the implications of this heavy spotlight for her forthcoming hard-court matches. This is a significant turning point, a paradigm change in how Alexandra Eala is viewed as a legitimate superstar with the ability to influence international sports media, rather than just a potential prospect. So relax in, make yourself comfy, and get ready for a thorough, in-depth look at the viral moment that has officially declared Alex Eala's debut as a worldwide phenomenon and left the entire BNP Paribas Open reeling. Tio is fully aware of the profound effects of this widely shared interview. We must carefully establish the scene and consider the larger picture of the current state of professional tennis. The Indian Wells BNP Paribas Open is not your typical competition. This event is a crucible set in the stunning Coachella Valley. The draw is filled with every heavyweight in sports, the ball bounces higher, and the desert air is harsh and arid. It is a setting created to push the boundaries of mental and physical stamina. Entering these courts is both an incredible honor and a hard challenge for a rising talent like Alexandra Eala. She came to California with the burden of a whole country's expectations. A lesser athlete might be easily fractured by such pressure. However, as seen in the now famous conversation with Steve Angele and Manotoc, A wears this pressure as extremely durable armor rather than as a burden. Let's dissect the interview's actual dynamics. Experienced specialists TJ Manotoc and Steve Angele are aware of the delicate art of conducting lengthy sports interviews. They didn't ask Eala general, surface-level questions about her baseline strategy or forehand technique. Rather, they acknowledged the emotional and cultural importance of the situation. They questioned her about the sacrifices, the innumerable vacations she had taken away from her family, the intense training blocks at Mallorca under the close supervision of the Nadal Academy coaches, and the general psychological loneliness that comes with being a touring tennis professional. Eala's comments were devoid of all the typical PR manager platitudes. She talked about the tour's loneliness with a shocking openness, and then she made a terrifyingly focused statement about her competitive goals. The viral firestorm was sparked by this very argument. The relatable human suffering combined with the exceptional, nearly superhuman drive to rule the tennis world. The interview also emphasized how important representation is. Reporter Steve Angele, who has covered everything from community victories to championship boxing events, inquired about the crowds who gathered at her practice courts and chanted her name. You could see the emotion in her eyes. Tennis writers have dubbed it the Eala effect, and it is a very real phenomena. A sizable and fervent group of supporters follows her around. The narratives of American or European heavyweights typically dominate the Indian Wells tournament. The customary atmosphere was dramatically upended by thousands of fans supporting a young Filipino athlete. According to reports, the BNP Paribas officials were astounded not just by the huge number of her fans but also by their intense devotion. Eala had a great degree of emotional intelligence when she talked to Manotoc and Angele about using that crowd energy. She described how she transforms the stadium's deafening noise, which may be extremely distracting for young players, into a laser-focused source of inspiration. The technical and tactical assurance she displayed during this meeting must also be examined. Eala is evolving from a former US Open girls winner and outstanding junior player to a serious contender on the senior WTA circuit. Many promising careers have historically stalled during this phase. Top-tier players have tremendous strength, spin, and tactical ruthlessness. However, Eala showed a thorough analytical grasp of her own game and the changes she is making during the interview. She talked about how her serve has changed over time, how she now positions herself more aggressively when she returns, and how her physical preparation has prepared her to endure demanding 3-set matches among the top 50 players in the world. The locker room received a clear message when a young athlete described her tactical evolution with such accuracy. Alexandra Eala is here for more than just the adventure. Her goal is to methodically destroy her opponents. It is impossible to exaggerate this video's media impact. Eala took charge of her own story by eschewing the conventional international press conference style and having a private, native-language chat with Filipino reporters. Without the filter of foreign media interpretation, she let her personality, humor, and sharp intellect show through. The contemporary internet audience desires precisely this degree of authenticity. This genuineness was rewarded by the algorithm, which pushed the video across platforms, garnered millions of impressions, and compelled the established tennis establishment to recognize that the center of tennis popularity is changing. The BNP Paribas organization was shocked to learn that a player outside of the top 10 could produce more media attention, more fervent debate, and more worldwide participation than many of the seasoned veterans with the highest seeds in the competition. Her immediate future on the court is also significantly impacted by this viral event. Going ahead, every opponent she encounters will be painfully aware that their match is under intense scrutiny. You're more than simply a budding celebrity when you play Alex now. You're playing a topic that's popular all across the world. An arena that has a strong emotional stake in her success is the opponent you are facing. Before the coin toss, the mental battle starts. During their talk, Manotoc and Angele skillfully evoked this competitive fire, capturing the essence of a champion who is completely unaffected by the noise since she is aware that she is the one causing it. Her capacity to maintain her composure in the face of chaos. She demonstrated the rarest of sporting commodities, complete mental clarity in the face of intense international attention, a quality that was highly stressed during her stay at the Rafa Nadal Academy. It's important to take a step back and consider the amazing large picture that this viral interview has painted for us as we wrap up this in-depth research. The BNP Paribas Open is still experiencing shockwaves. In the sport, they are laying the groundwork for a new age. The conversation between Alexandra Eala and Manotoc was much more than just a short-lived viral video. The timestamp was cultural. It was the precise moment when the larger international tennis community came to terms with her star power, her unwavering commitment, and her deep connection to the worldwide fan base, which will only get louder and more fervent with each match she plays. In that interview, we saw a stunning, unadulterated crystallization of possibility becoming an indisputable reality. We witnessed a young woman who, since she was a young child, has carried the hopes of the Philippines into the brightest lights of the California desert and boldly declared that she truly belongs there. Eala was able to create her masterpiece of a story on the ideal canvas thanks to Manotoc and Angele's outstanding journalistic effort. They provided her with a platform to inspire, the freedom to be vulnerable, and the respect to be critical. And the world reacted with utter amazement and overwhelming support, just as it should have. The Indian Wells tennis facility will never look the same after an Alexandra Eala practice, press conference, or game. The Eala era is no longer imminent because the worldview has changed. It is unquestionably here. The pressure will surely increase in the future. Expectations will keep rising. However, if there is one clear lesson to be learned from that thrilling exchange, it is that Alexandra Eala is not simply prepared for pressure. She was made for it. In it, she flourishes. Millions of people who were enthralled by her honesty and her fire will witness every strong forehand, every calculated serve, and every hard-fought point as she continues her campaign. She is now a source of inspiration rather than merely a tennis possibility. An example of what happens when exceptional skill and unwavering determination come together. I sincerely appreciate you all coming along on this tremendously in-depth exploration of a narrative that is changing the face of international sports. I hope this thorough analysis has given you a better grasp of the significance of this viral event and Alexandra Eala's amazing journey. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and leave a comment below if you like this level of in-depth professional analysis and want to stay fully informed about the most significant news in the sports world. I'd like to know your thoughts on Eala's journey and her amazing influence on the